that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro. Like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Everybody knew him in amateurs.
One thing I can say, though, because, I've been seeing, we've been amateur together and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Tio can fight.
The boxing world was stunned when a leaked sparring clip surfaced showing Keyshawn Davis dropping Shakur Stevenson. The brief footage sent shockwaves through the sport, highlighting Davis's sharp timing, precision, and the raw intensity that defines elite, closed-door training sessions. Moments like these remind fans that sparring isn't just practice, it's where reputations are quietly built and occasionally shattered. Davis later weighed in on the bigger picture, acknowledging that Teofimo Lopez is no easy assignment. Having seen both Stevenson and Lopez up close during their amateur days, Davis made it clear, talent alone doesn't decide who rules the ring. At the highest level, it comes down to preparation, speed, and strategy, and on any given night, those factors can change everything.
Against Shakur playing out, because you want me to tell you the truth, like, this fight could have been the winner's bracket fight. In other words, they're jumping to it, but at the end of the era, it may have been Teo and Shakur, especially if you would never fight Shakur, right? How do you see this fight playing out?
I see it playing out, let's say, I see it starting off slow.
Okay.
And then I see as Shakur wins the first round, as Shakur wins the second round, slowly, I think Teo is going to eventually start picking it up and start imposing his will.
Right.
And then, it's just going to go from there. That's how I think it's going to go.
That's a fair assessment.
That's a fair one.
Keyshawn Davis reflected on his sparring session with Shakur Stevenson, making it clear there was nothing personal about it, just pure competition. Once the round started, Davis realized how difficult it was to land clean shots, while Stevenson's counters seemed to find their mark with ease. Still, Davis refused to back off. He knew that easing up, even for a moment, could cost him. The intense exchange ultimately left him with a deeper respect for Stevenson's elite skill set and reinforced a hard-earned lesson: at the highest level, persistence, focus, and mental toughness are just as important as talent.
So, I'm confident. I'm knowing I'm about to go in here and beat him up, right? Man, I get in the ring, man. Why I cannot hit this man, right? I cannot hit him, but he touching me. So I was like, oh, this is different.
He different.
Like, he different. So I just keep, 14, he's 16. I just keep going. I just keep going. So some getting through, some not. Some getting through, some getting not. And I felt as if I was to step off the gas pedal, he was going to get me. So I just had to keep going. You feel me? And I know he explained that a lot of times in interviews, like, that's why he respect me so much, because in that sparring right there, I didn't respect him at all. I was trying to F him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what it was. And after the sparring, we respected each other. Like, it was a different type vibe after we sparred, honestly. Now it was like, oh, damn, bro. Like, damn. Like, we really started to get to know each other, you feel me? Because when he came to our gym, he was popular. Like, Shakur was the guy.
They knew him.
Shakur Stevenson has been locked in throughout his fight camp, showing an elite level of focus and dedication. Every training session is approached with discipline as he fine-tunes his technique, sharpens his speed, and builds relentless endurance. Nothing is wasted, and every detail matters. But Stevenson's preparation goes far beyond the physical. He studies his opponents, breaks down their tendencies, and visualizes multiple fight scenarios so he's mentally prepared for anything the ring can throw at him. His camp is built on consistency, precision, and constant improvement. By maintaining this level of concentration, Shakur is positioning himself to step into the ring fully prepared, confident, and in peak condition, ready to execute the game plan and perform at his absolute best.
Time away from my family. How you gonna beat me? Ain't no way you can beat me that way, bro. Why I keep saying I'm the best. Niggas don't want this shit more than me. I know it. I know it. I want this shit so bad. So bad. Shit easy, yeah?
Easy, man.
Easy.
Always easy, man.
You already know.
Always easy, man.
This supposed to be a sprint.
Let's go.
This ain't no sprint.
No, it's a job. Let's go. We ready.
Keyshawn Davis reflected on his long-standing connection with Shakur Stevenson, a bond that was formed long before the bright lights and big stages. From the very beginning, their relationship went beyond the ring, with Davis describing Stevenson as a brother rather than just a fellow fighter. But alongside that brotherhood came competition. A natural rivalry developed, one that pushed both men to sharpen their skills and raise their level at every stage of their careers. That blend of camaraderie and challenge became a driving force in their growth, as they learned from each other while constantly trying to outdo one another. Davis made it clear that the rivalry was never rooted in bitterness, only mutual respect and a shared hunger to reach the very top of the boxing world.
It's family, bro. Like, I'm never ever fighting Shakur. You know what I'm saying? It's not even gonna feel right.
What were some of the experiences, like with you guys growing up, like as young men and young teenagers in Virginia? Like, what some of those things that shaped you to know, like, he's my brother, man. I could never do that.
Yeah, the moment when I was like, all right, yeah, Shakur, I genuinely actually got real love for you, was when I was going through my deep depression times. Even before I was going into the mental home, I used to tell my brother a lot. But then I started like backing off from my little brother because he was my little brother. I started talking to Shakur a lot about like how I was feeling and how I was thinking and what I was doing to myself. And Shakur was just giving me advice that I really like taking and like, damn, okay, I got you and stuff like that. And then I end up going to the mental home and, you know, like he calling me in there, checking up on me and stuff like that. I get out of the mental home, he pulling up on me, making sure I'm straight, making sure I get back in the gym, making sure I continue to do what I love. So
on the Ariel Helwani show, Shakur Stevenson spoke candidly about his highly anticipated showdown with Teofimo Lopez. Known for his precision, speed, and ring intelligence, Stevenson addressed critics who questioned his readiness, insisting that Lopez has never faced an opponent of his caliber. This fight will be different, he explained, highlighting that his combination of strategy, adaptability, and execution would push Lopez in ways no previous challenger has. Stevenson made it clear that his focus isn't on the hype or the spotlight, it's on the challenge itself. His mindset is rooted in preparation, discipline, and the pursuit of excellence, reflecting both confidence and a deep understanding of the tactical demands required to succeed against a powerful, high-profile fighter like Lopez. Rather than adjusting his style to please expectations or engage in reckless exchanges, Stevenson plans a methodical approach. He will control distance, timing, and pacing, exploiting any openings Lopez presents while maintaining composure throughout the fight. By dictating the rhythm of the match from the opening bell, Stevenson demonstrates why he is regarded as one of boxing's most cerebral young talents, prioritizing strategy and intelligence over emotion, and showing the maturity of a fighter ready for the biggest tests of his career.
I mean, that's their opinion. Like, you know, they could say that. But I know he never fought nobody on my level. Like, I'm 1,000,000% sure that T.O. has never seen nobody as good as me in his life.
He's talking about, like, once he gets through you, then he wants Crawford, names like that. How do you think he would do against someone like Terrence at this point?
I think he gets knocked out.
Can't even hang with him.
Yeah, he's too little. Bud is too big for him.
Right. As far as skills, though, do you think he's on par with the likes of Terrence?
I'm not gonna say he's on a Terrence Crawford level of skills, but he's very skillful. He got a lot of things with him that puts him at a high level.
One thing that was interesting to me was it seemed like you were going to move on from Matchroom, but now Eddie Hearn is involved in this, and this is a Matchroom event. It seems like, I know it's a ring card too, but he's promoting it here in the United States. So what is the state of your relationship with Eddie and Matchroom at this point?
Eddie's my guy. I'm actually not signed to Matchroom, but he's my guy. I'm a big fan of Eddie Hearn, and nothing but respect to him. But I'm glad he's the promoter that's on this card. I'm glad to share the spotlight with his promotional company.
So if he's your guy, how come you're not signed to Matchroom?
I mean, it's just business. If it makes sense, then I will. You know, if it come down to it and that's what makes sense, then we'll do it. But right now, I don't think it makes sense.
Okay, so are you just more of like your own man at this point? Your own entity?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Do you negotiate with the ring people, with Turkey? You just do that yourself?
No, me and my manager.
Renowned boxing analyst Boozy Ennis weighed in on the highly anticipated Stevenson vs. Lopez matchup, issuing a stark warning to Lopez: underestimating Shakur Stevenson would be a serious mistake. Ennis emphasized that Stevenson's speed isn't just raw quickness, it's a strategic weapon. It allows him to control exchanges, evade attacks, and exploit openings with pinpoint counters. Ennis pointed out that fighters who rely solely on power, ignoring timing and movement, often find themselves vulnerable against Stevenson. The young champion's unique combination of intelligence and velocity creates challenges few opponents can handle. For Lopez to succeed, Ennis stressed, he must respect Stevenson's skill set, or risk being outmaneuvered by one of boxing's smartest and most dynamic rising stars.
Pick them apart, and I gotta tell everybody this: that Whichcomb is real athletic too, Teofimo. So I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I mean? People think, a lot of people say it's gonna be easy and all. Nah, Teofimo can punch and he can box, and like I said, he's real athletic. So you know what I mean? That'll make it a little difficult, right there. You know what I mean?
I see a lot of people going back and forth with it. Some people think Tio got the advantage because of the weight and that he's athletic and explosive. Some people say Shakur is the better boxer.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How you see that fight ending?
Well, they saying, they got the weight and all that. I see Shakur boxing big guys, light heavyweights and all that stuff. Just like Boots, he box heavyweights and put the heavyweights down. You know what I mean? I think that's the right move for him. You know what I mean? Get up, and I think he can really do good at that weight.
This isn't a stoppage.
I'm looking at a decision, not a stoppage. But then all according how Till come in. If Till come at him, he's gonna run into some shots. It might be over. You know what I mean?
Now, you always tell me it's the shot that you don't see coming.
That's it.
That power is speed.
Right.
So, could it be a situation where people underestimate Shakur's punching power?
Yeah. I think Shakur can punch. You know what I mean? I think he can punch. It's just like I said, speed is power. Not them guys, muscle bound guys come in and they talking about, he can punch and all that. Like I just got finished saying, like you just got finished saying, matter of fact, the punch that you don't see knocks him out. And they always say, man, I didn't see.
Veteran boxing journalist Dan Rafael shared his take on the Stevenson vs. Lopez showdown, highlighting the remarkable skills each fighter brings to the ring. He described the matchup as a classic clash of styles: Stevenson, the technically precise and disciplined boxer, versus Lopez, the dynamic powerhouse capable of turning a fight with a single punch. Rafael praised Stevenson's ring intelligence, defensive mastery, and methodical approach, while also acknowledging Lopez's explosive ability and sheer threat of knockout power. Rafael noted that this contrast makes the fight particularly compelling, as either fighter's strengths could dictate the outcome depending on how the bout unfolds. Before diving into strategy, Rafael reminded viewers of Stevenson's credentials: undefeated at 24-0 with 11 KOs, turning pro in 2017, and now in his athletic prime at 24 years old, the same as Lopez, who is 28. Standing around 5 feet 8 inches, Stevenson's size is comparable to Lopez's, though exact matchups will be clearer once they're side by side. The stage is set for a thrilling contest, and fans are advised to stay tuned for every detail of what promises to be a high-stakes battle.